everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Madden 18 on EA Sports. We should have a good one on tap here today. It's the Bears coming in at 1-5, going up against the Cardinals. Everybody, I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears would love nothing more than to finish out today's game with a second notch in that win column. It's the Cardinals going up against the Bears.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Chicago Bears. a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them. Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Now the ball comes loose, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. A good return there, 17 yards, and the Bears take over. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. Touchdown, Chicago! Jordan Howard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Well, he's used to running at that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Here we go now.
That was 2nd down run for Murray. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. So here we go, a 3rd down after the 2nd down pass completion. They'll run here. It's Murray. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
On every snap, the defense is trying to establish who they are, but on 3rd and short, that's really when you put it out there and tell people who you are, and that's exactly what they did. For the offense, they're looking at their offensive line and saying, guys, where are you? We need you on those plays.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
I can remember a game here in Chicago a few years back. It was so blustery that Robbie Gould tried a field goal and just about kicked it out of bounds. Once that wind starts coming in off Lake Michigan, it can cause havoc in the kicking game.
And because they couldn't hit the long field goal, they are set up nicely offensively at the 41, 1st and 10. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. He leaves this one for Howard. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On 1st down, Trubisky. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They run. This is Cohen. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin. They come out here in the eye. They run it with Mason. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Now Trubisky. And he is in for the touchdown.
But he decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
And it's good to make it 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
He'll look to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. On first and 10, it's Trubisky. He completes it to Peak. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. On second down, here's Trubisky. They'll set up the screen to Howard. He knocks him back. Howard has the first down and then some. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
Here's Trubisky to throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
Now he's flushed out right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34, and the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, surprise, surprise, partner. No, we know it's not a surprise. When you try to complete a pass against this Cardinals defense, there's a reason that they're known as the no-fly zone.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up third down. The Cardinals on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Here's Marquette King now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Here's Marquette King now as he's on to punt for Arizona. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Spinning away. And he'll be out of bounds, getting it across the 25. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And out will come the offense as they take over. Onto the field now come the Bears. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again.
The ball comes out. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now a play fake here on first down. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. Oh, some strong running. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now a give, left side. This is Murray. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Cardinals on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw here. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 19 down to the 19, and it's a first down. They'll look to throw now on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Hurry up, here we go. No, check, Patriot.
He'll drop to throw. This is caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Now they'll run. Murray. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Again, it's Murray. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Well, they held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. They come out here in the I. Now 3rd down and goal from the 1. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play call is. They need to find the right one here on 4th and goal. They'll try and run with Murray. And I don't think he got in. He didn't. He's stoned at the 1-yard line. Latavius Murray stopped up short, and the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Handoff to the fullback, Burton. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Shift together here from the D-line. This is Cohen. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. On third down, Trubisky. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. Back to throw here. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now. The Cardinals on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7.
Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now back to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. first down. Murray. And some room to roam now. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
They go play action here on first down. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Here's Murray running right and down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The Cardinals on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. No, check. Patriot.
They'll set up to throw. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll try the right side with Murray. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Akeem Hicks in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And Elliott puts this one through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So he missed a field goal earlier, but he says not this time, and he's able to knock it through to give his guys 3.
And that's all you want as a kicker, a chance to redeem yourself. You got to have a short memory if you're going to survive at this level, and he's able to get back on track.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Now let's go.
On second down, Trubisky completes it to Moncrief left side. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Fresh set of downs here. Trubisky, draw play, gives to Howard. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They go with Howard again. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Here we go.
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Back now at Soldier Field. Six yards here to go for the offense on 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And a big tackle there as the defender runs right through him, right on the 30-yard line. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
It's really easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much.
And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Latavius Murray, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals draw a bit closer. So here's a big play for the Cardinals as they'll go for 2.
Here we go now.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Being chased out left. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So 2nd and 10 here.
Let's go.
Now it's Trubisky. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Now Mason. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Here we go now. Blue, Leopard, Leopard. Gone, set. Green.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Now they run. It's Mason. And that is what you call a hit stick. Put down to the ground hard at the 29. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Time is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back to the offense. On second down, here's Trubisky. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well. And the offense in a great spot. It's 1st and goal from the 3.
Detroit! Here we go now.
They'll run here with Mason. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. And now the Cardinals are going to use another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive.
Watch it now. All right, here we go. Blue Landy! Blue Landy! Good!
Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
All right, here we go.
On 3rd down, that's Mason. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
This offense bent the defense in their long drive downfield, but once they got within sight of the goal line, the defense went to don't break mode and is stiffened.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Parkey's kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat.
That's caught inside the 20. A big-time play there by the Cardinals. 65 yards. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
So the chain gang now done for the drive. Ball on the 10, first and goal.
Here we go now. 3-19. No. Check. Patriot.
He's back to throw. The quick slant caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right. Just one more element to complete the victory. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Here's Trubisky. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Trubisky. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. He wasn't able to really get anything going in regulation. Maybe it'll be a little different story here in overtime.
And it appears that with that call, they want to establish the run in overtime, try and set the tone for what they're going to get done. And you're right, maybe it didn't work so well in regulation. Overtime could be the charm. And by the way, yards count either way.
They run with Murray. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now a first throw here in overtime. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. A 20th carry coming up now for Murray. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in what you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week. You must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down. So a 3rd and 9, and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance. You got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it rest of the game. And that does get in your mind a little bit, and sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from tacklers.
And the defenders know it too. They sniff that out, don't they?
Everybody wants to swarm the football. You know what the rule is. First guy hold up the runner. Everyone else try and get there and strip the ball free.
And this is Moncrief for the catch. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this.
Here we go. Green 39.
Now Cohen. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And ready now for 2nd and 9. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
Here we go.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Bears on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They go play action with Trubisky. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Cardinals got to go quickly, hustling to the line.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. They'll run it left side with Murray. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Back to throw here. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Partner, this is a pretty good drive they're putting together. And I know if I'm on the other sideline, that offense, kind of helpless, isn't it? Because they may not touch the football at all, because if they go down and score a touchdown, this thing's over.
Absolutely. That would write an ending to this script. We'll see what happens. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.